Hey guys, it's Kelly with Embroidery Nurse. I get asked all the time about what tools I feel are essential in your embroidery studio. Well, of course, that list is very long. I actually even have created a box specifically for those that are starting in embroidery. It's called the Embroidery Starter Box. And in that, it has 13 essential items that I think will help you get started on the right foot. I'm going to link that below. If that sounds like something that would be helpful to you, certainly check out the link and you can learn a little bit more about it. But today what we're going to be talking about is the snag nabbit, because I talk about this all the time in my videos. It's something that I use to basically perfect an item after it's been embroidered. So you might sometimes have an item where it has a loop or a couple of loops on a monogram or on the satin stitch of an applique, and you're like, oh my goodness, I hate these little loops. Well, this is how you fix it with a snag nabbit. Or you might be working on a single needle machine, and sometimes single needle machines will create jump stitches. Oh, the world of jump stitches. Man, those are annoying. But if you do have that, a quick and easy way to get rid of those when you're done is to do a little cut and then push the extra piece of thread through with the snag nabbit. So I'm going to show you how it works, because I do talk about these all the time. And I recently had a subscriber ask me, Kelly, I bought the snag nabbit after you talked about it so much, but I don't know how to use it. Could you show me? So here we are. I'm going to show you exactly how to use the snag nabbit. It's really hard to see on here, and mine are always bent. I mean, it takes a couple of tries with me and I bend them, but I've got a ton of them, and I'll link it below. You guys, it's less than $2 and it's awesome. So let me show you how it works. I'm going to turn you down this way so you can see an item that I just finished, and I'm going to show you exactly why I use it and how I use it. So hold tight. Okay, so there's a couple of things going on with this item that I just took off the machine. Don't you love my new nurse jackets? NICU Nurse. I love it. So you're going to see this had an extra random thread that must not have finished cutting when it was first starting to stitch. And then you're going to see these little jump stitches. Oh, I hate jump stitches. I actually went through and took out a bunch of jump stitches because this design, would have one that went from like here to here and then here to here. And I did remove those in a Brilliance, but some of these you just don't even see before. And this, of course, is just a random, thread that didn't get cut completely. So what I do is I take my little snag nabbit here, you guys. And again, mine, oops, sorry. Again, mine is completely crooked and it should be straight. But if you'll see on here, it's got a sharp end right here. And then this is the textured end right here. So it helps pull the thread through the item. So we're going to start with this big one right here. You might want to cut it down. I'm going to unzip it so I can get to the back side, because you do have to get to the back side of an item. So what you do is you find the exact edge right here where that thread starts. You put it through and then you pull. Sometimes if it's a longer one like that, like I said, I probably should have cut that one first. You pull it through and voila, it's gone. How amazing is that? So that thread actually is now on this side. And the reason why I feel like this is so critical to have is because you don't want to cut all of these, when you see them on both sides, because you're still sometimes going to be left with a little bit of extra thread. So what I'm going to go do now is you can use a seam ripper or your little tiny scissors, whatever works best for you. And I do kind of interchange both. I don't want to cut a hole in my items, so you have to be really careful that you don't do that. But I just take it like so and snip those. So now they all have an extra thread that, we don't want that to be on our item. I mean, that just doesn't look professional at all, correct? So we take our little snag nabbit and we're just going to, for each one of these, find the edge, push it through, voila. Find the edge, push it through, and voila. Y'all, seriously, isn't this the greatest tool? The other thing that I love it for is when you just have one or two random little loops in an item, and all you have to do is find the edge of it, push it through. So it doesn't have an end to it. It just pushes the whole loop to the back side. You guys, how easy was that and how amazing does that look? I mean, seriously, it went from having, 4 different jump stitches and a random thread to pushing it through in, just a couple of seconds with our Snag Nabbit. Seriously, I just think this makes your projects look so amazing in the end. Here's the actual item. It's called Snag Nabbit. It's made by Dritz. I will have the link below so you can grab 1 or 8, whatever works in your studio. And like I said, I've got about 5 of them on here. I always have them available because it's something that I really do feel is essential to making the quality of my items just look just amazing in the end. I hope that helps. I hope that describes it. And I hope you guys have an awesome day stitching. Talk to you soon.